Hi, my name is Seval. I am living in Dundee for 2 years. So in this video we are going to talk about Scottish accent. First time I came here, when they were speaking, I was thinking like they're speaking another language, but actually they were speaking English. I was just feeling like, okay, I should learn more, but after 2 years I can easily understand why they're talking. Some words are different, so let me tell you that. One is kirk. Kirk means church. The other one is loch. That means lake. You can see that on the traffic signs, so it's better if you know that. And the second thing, and the other verse, if you want to know, I means yes, and also we means little. When you come here in Scotland, when you're going to a restaurant or cafe, if you ask for children menu, they're giving you a menu is writing for wee ones, so for little ones. So it's better if you know. And there are some words that are the same in English, but they're not using the same meaning, like greet. Normally we are using greet like saying hi to someone, just greeting them. But in Scotland, they're more like using like crying. And the other thing is out with. Out with, more like saying outside of. They're also using some kind of writing language, so it's better if you know. Also, the other thing is close. Close means shut, or very close, or very near. But more like in Scotland, we're saying alley or apartment entrance. The thing is, also, when I came here, I didn't understand at first, and I noticed later. I remember I went to a cafe and I ordered a coffee. It was a latte, and the barista was checking if he's taking the order correctly. He said a latte, there is no tea. Yeah, I was saying latte, but he said latte. It's a bit strange for me. And you can hear so much bear. It's not bear, it's bear. It's better. They're not using the T. And also the other day I was waiting for a bus in a bus stop. I heard two people having a conversation. In that time she said, that's my daughters. It's me, daughters. Yeah. So I don't know why, but I didn't hear much they're saying tea. And the second thing is, normally I didn't see this information in online, that's why I wanted to tell you. In Scotland, I don't know why, but they're not saying E when they're pronouncing words. For instance, I remember the first time we came to Scotland, and we just we bought so many furnitures, and in that time there was a man. He came, he was making our wardrobe. In that time actually it was 2024, I was watching an Olympic game, and he asked me like, should I put the Marion medal? I really didn't understand. I only captured like medal, but the match I was watching, it wasn't a medal game, it was just quarterfinals. And I said, what is going on? But actually he was saying, should I put the mirror in the middle? They don't say mirror, they say mirror. Also not middle, it's medal. So it wasn't medal, it was middle. Sometimes I was confusing about that so much. And just a couple of days ago I was in driving lessons, and my instructor said we were going up off the hill, and there was another car coming from hill, and he said, watch out, that crazy car coming from hell. I thought he was joking, and then I noticed he was saying the crazy car coming from hill, not hell, which hell is totally different. But in that time, in that case, it just sits so good. So when someone says like, okay, like E and A, that kind of sounds might be confusing, which I confused so much as first. And also I think is the hardest one is Glasgow accent, because they are speaking fast and they're just speaking like everyone understands them. Obviously they understand each other, but if you're a tourist or if you're not Scottish, it's just a bit different. And the thing is, something happened when I was in Perth. original Perth in Scotland. I asked for, can I have an English breakfast tea and Earl Grey tea? There was a nice lady and she said one English breakfast tea, and what's the other one? And I said Earl Grey tea. She looked at me blankly, like, what are you talking about? And I said Earl Grey tea. I think 2 or 3 times I said Earl Grey tea. And I was thinking, okay, am I saying wrong or something like that? And she looked at me and said, oh, okay, you want Earl Grey, not Earl Grey, Earl Grey. They are pronouncing like that. And also, I noticed they're not saying Perth, they're saying Perth. I didn't know why, the reason why they say Perth. And actually, Scottish Gaelic is Perth. And when you come into Perth with a train, you can see that it's right in Perth and Perth below. And the other thing is, I saw so much, that's why I want to say Edinburgh. Out of the UK, everyone says Edinburgh because they're thinking like they can say that like in Russian name or German name, like Salzburg, Petersburg. But no, in the UK, like England and Wales, people say Edinburgh because burg means borough. But in Scotland, people say that Edinburgh. So it's totally different. Well, all those things, it was so hard to understand them. By the way, let me tell you one. It was so funny because it was one of the my memories which I laughed so much later. I remember when we bought a tumble dryer, there was a problem in a part, and we called them. They sent someone. There was a young boy. He changed it, but he left that broken part behind. And I said, what I'm going to do with it? He said, bah, bah. I didn't understand what he was talking about. He said again, better. But actually, you know what does that mean? He was saying that bin it, put it in a bin, which just because they don't like T letter, and in this case he doesn't like N either. So I remember I looked at him blankly. It's different. Anyway, I love Scottish people. They're so polite people, and it's, well, I don't know, it's a very cold place, but people are smiling all the time. So it's amazing. Nature, and they're so respectful when they are driving cars, in the traffic, everything. So I'm so happy to live in Scotland. What do you think about Scottish accent? Let me know.